I'm always looking for that one tool that replaces 10 others. Saker sent me their 42-inch screwdriver set. So let's see if it lives up to the one kit fits all claim. Now, alright, it's in the case here. And first thing you notice is it's orange. You guys know what's my favorite color? Orange! And the black looks good, so orange and black. This thing feels pretty heavy duty, right? It feels like it's good quality case, not like a thin plastic. Everything is individually sorted in here. So you've got this little foam to keep everything separate. Now, before we move on, I do have to say, like I said, Saker sent this to me, but it's going to be a completely unbiased, honest review. So stick around because I'm going to tell you some good things I like about it. I'm definitely going to tell you what I don't like about it, or maybe some things I might change. Now let's go over the build quality and some of the key features. This is hardened steel, not little flimsy cheap plastic, right? So build quality seems like it's definitely going to last you there for a little bit. I mean, for the price of it and what you're getting out of it, I'd definitely say, you know, if you were to get something comparable, it'd be cheaper, maybe plastic, something like that. So the only thing plastic is this case, and it's pretty thick, so that's cool. Another thing is, I like the magnets. Each part of this is magnetic, including all these extension tips, right? No matter where you put it, these bits are going to stick in there. See, I'm trying to put it in there without me forcing it. But you hear that snap. Right? Put it in there or in there. It is magnetic. So let's test it holding a screw or something. Start off, we've got some 1-inch nails here. Pick it right up out of there. And it's on there. Yep, shake it straight down, it ain't going nowhere, but I mean, you'd probably stick it in. It's on there. So unless I shake it up and down, it's not really going. What about these 1 3/4? See if I can pull one out. Yep. And if I put it on there, it's on there. Nah, I mean, I really had to wiggle it. But let's say I'm trying to put it in something, right? It's going in there. It would hold it. It's going to hold it for me. So magnetic test, we're going to give it a thumbs up. While we're talking about magnetic tips, you know what would be a really good test? If I had to get this really tiny screw out of here. You know, all my other drills or screwdrivers are kind of thick, but they're also not magnetic. So it'd be a pain if I was to lose that. Look at that tiny screw. I'm so glad that pulled it out. I mean, I do have some drill bits that are magnetic, but they don't work like this one. So again, thumbs up on magnetic test. Now let's talk about what I think is the secret weapon here, because you have 3 different pieces here aside from the standard turning and then the ratcheting. So if you wanted to combine all 3 of these, you could have a pretty long tool. So if you have something deep or recessed in, you could get it. And not only that, change the bit. Then you have these longer bits as well. So this one screwdriver could be this long, it could be this long, or even if you wanted to use it like this, you definitely could do that. So it can go from really, really small for a tight space to pretty long if the need arises. And that, my friends, I think is pretty cool. I mean, look how long it is if you went from there to there. And again, if you want it like this, or maybe it's deep, but you need a little bit more, give yourself a little handle and stick it in that way. Either way, I mean, to make it go that many different sizes is pretty cool. So you have all these different bits plus the length. So now you don't have those long and the whole set, you know, like the 10 set from the little short stubbies all the way to the big long ones. All right, so there's another thumbs up in my opinion. And while we're on the topic of like a deep recess hole, let me show you this screw that's really hard to get to on my bandsaw and why this one is a pretty cool tool to get into that. Another time this thing would come in handy is that screw right in there. It's a little hard to get to. And see, I want to use the ratchet function, but I'm hitting this. So I'm just going to take this thing apart and use the extension pieces. Now I can get right in there. But that would be like an old school screwdriver. I really like this ratchet function. So I'm going to attach it here. And now I can get in there as easy as I need. Just tighten it up or loosen it, whatever is needed. Easy peasy. So it works well on tools, but you could use on all other kind of items. Maybe TV screws, cabinets, door handles, electronics, laptops. Ooh, laptops would be a good one. Have you ever tried to get these tiny screws out of laptops? They're tiny, and you don't want to lose them. So having that magnetic tip really comes in handy. Look at this. I know which one I'm using next time I need to deal with my laptop. All right, so I've had a lot of positive things to say about this, but is there some negatives? I told you, I do. I have some things that I would like to change if I could. First thing is, this is a pretty good set. It's got quite a bit of different sets in them. However, another good handy time it would come in would be for glasses. Now, glasses have really tiny screws as well, and you don't want to lose those. But none of these bits fit the one I have. These glasses right here have a flat head, and then these right here, they have a Phillips, but they're just so tiny, none of these bits fit. So it'd be nice to find a smaller set, or maybe include a couple more bits for things like this. Another thing I would like to change, the case here. The case, it's magnetic when it closes, but there's no like locking mechanism. So I feel like if I was to drop this or just to toss my bag, it could come open. The magnet's pretty strong, but again, like I said, if I could, I would like to have just a lock just to make me feel better about this not opening and losing my pieces. Another thing I noticed on the case, it doesn't have any kind of hook or handle or strap or anything like that. So if I'm walking around or I'm moving around with tools, I have to put this in a bag. Otherwise, this takes up my hand and I can't carry other things. So it would be nice if I had a loop or a hook or something to help carry it, or maybe even store it. Because now it's just going to have to sit on my desk, or I'm going to have to store it in a drawer. But other than that, like I said, this is a pretty solid set. I'm really impressed with it. I mean, like I said, most of these kind of multiple sets I'm not too impressed with. But with this set, I can confidently say that this will replace all of these and maybe even a few other ones. So that's going to save me space, keep me organized. And again, I can't help the orange. I love it. I'm so happy with that. So thank you, Saker. I love this set. I'm really happy with it. And like I said, I give you guys a thumbs up. If you guys are interested in this, definitely check the link below and consider the set, because I'm pretty happy with it. And like I said, maybe it'll help you guys save some space or just have like a nice little set around the house. All right, catch you guys in the next one.